When you think about any huge construction project, there's this one massive, fundamental challenge. How do you prove that the thing you planned is the thing that actually got built? Every bolt, every weld, every single check. Well, today, we're diving into the key document that closes that gap between the plan and the proof.
All right, so this whole concept really just boils down to two key documents. On one side, you've got the inspection and test plan, the ITP. This is your game plan, your blueprint for quality. It's everything that should happen. Then on the other side, you have the inspection and test record, the ITR, and that's all about what did happen. It's the hard evidence.
Look, if you take away just one thing today, let it be this. Seriously, it's the simplest and most powerful way to think about it. The ITP is the plan. The ITR is the proof. It really is that fundamental.
So let's peel back the layers here. What exactly is this document of truth?
Okay, so on paper, an inspection and test record, or ITR for short, is the official form you use to capture what actually went down on site. It's the paper trail, the logbook that documents the real-world results for every single inspection and test laid out in that original plan.
So what's its real job? Well, first off, it creates a formal, traceable record. Nothing gets lost, nothing is forgotten. This record then it demonstrates that the work was done exactly to spec. And how does it do that? By capturing all the required evidence. We're talking photos, test results, the whole shebang. And maybe most importantly, it locks in accountability by recording exactly who signed off on every single step.
And don't think for a second this is just some optional nice-to-have paperwork. In places like Australia, for example, ITRs are a mandatory part of the ISO 9001 quality management systems. They are the official, legally required proof that you did what you said you were going to do.
Okay, so we know what it is and why it's so important. Now let's pop the hood and see what's actually inside one of these things. How is it built to capture all this crucial info?
Right at the very top of every ITR, you've got the header information. Now, this isn't just boring admin stuff. This is the DNA of traceability. Every ITR gets its own unique number, sure, but it's also tied directly to the specific ITP it's for. It nails down the exact location, the lot, the floor, you name it. And it clearly identifies the people from the main company and the subcontractor who are on the hook for that work.
Now, the heart of the ITR is this table. It's so simple, but so powerful. Each row is a specific task right out of the plan, and for every single task, you have these non-negotiable columns, a straightforward yes, no, or NA response, a clear reference to the required evidence, like a map or a test result, and finally, the signatures. There's just no room for ambiguity. It's all right there.
But inside this structure, there's one thing you absolutely have to pay attention to. It's a critical safety and quality gate that can bring all the work to a screeching halt. It's called the hold point.
And yeah, a hold point is exactly what it sounds like. It is a hard stop. All work on that sequence, all of it, grinds to a halt until that specific check is verified, the evidence is reviewed, and everyone required has put their signature on the line. Sometimes that even includes the client. It is the ultimate quality control gate. No signature, no go.
All right, so we've taken the document apart. Now let's see how it works in the wild, in the day-to-day chaos of a busy construction site.
The on-site workflow is actually pretty simple and elegant. It all kicks off the second a task is ready to be inspected. An engineer on site might snap a photo of a rebar installation or attach the latest concrete test results. That's your evidence. Then the people responsible review that evidence right there on the spot. If it all checks out, they sign the ITR. And just like that, boom! That completed ITR gets filed away, becoming a permanent, unchangeable piece of the project's quality record.
Okay, so we've gone through all this process, all this paperwork. You might be asking, so what? Why does all this rigorous documentation matter so much at the end of the day?
This is where the real power of proof comes into play. Having a full set of ITRs is your ironclad defense when an auditor shows up. It's your ticket to a smooth client handover. But you know where it really shines? When things go wrong. If a dispute comes up months or even years down the road, you're not relying on anyone's memory. You have a detailed, signed, dated record that can settle the argument and protect you from liability. It's huge. And that really brings us full circle, doesn't it? A major project is like this massive 1,000-piece puzzle, and every single piece has to be perfect. The ITR is the only way to prove, piece by agonizing piece, that the puzzle was put together exactly right. So I'll leave you with this question. With thousands of steps in a project, if you don't have the proof, did they even really happen?